Okay, this is the second video of this series, Monologues with God, and I want to say something, which is whether you agree with me or not, you're watching this video, obviously, and to talk about Jesus means a lot of things to me, but one of the biggest things is protection. I speak about Jesus so candidly and so openly because in the light of Jesus, in the light of God, within that connection, within that, the blood and body of Jesus Christ, I found myself being delivered and cleansed from a lot of demonic entities from this world. And I know it sounds scary, but the more we avoid it, the more we continue to run around the bush and not actually speak of what is needed at hand, especially as a collective, as a society, as a culture, in this culture. And we have heard about the New Age scam, all of the videos, why so many people are converting to Christianism. And to be honest with you, after what I've been through with a lot of entities, demons, and all in between, I understand why they do it. Because in the light of Jesus, there's a lot of order that happens in your light. Now, we can go into many books that really play the card in a beautiful way, like the Eckhart Tolle one, which is the New Earth, where Eckhart Tolle proposes that from every religion there's a truth, and that's what matters. It's not about the religion, it is about the truth within the religion. Very beautiful book. I need to read it again because it was 5 years ago I read it, and a beautiful friend mentioned it to me the other day. I was like, yes, the New Earth. And I recommend it to you, and I will read it again. And then the book is about a new earth. So a lot of concepts are proposed. And within these concepts that are proposed, the intention behind these concepts is for us to understand a new earth, how to birth a new earth, and what's really happening as a society. And it doesn't have religious connotations, which can help a lot. Now, this truth sometimes can be perpetrated by all type of forces. And that's why there's so much fear and confusion around the New Age community, astrology. Yet, when I call in Jesus, first I put my ego on the side because I was a former Catholic who was very deep into astrology, and I'm not as deep into astrology as I used to, but it's still a reference point. Nothing like it used to be, because now my point of reference is God, source. But I used to be very deep into astrology and in all type of concepts, and a lot of energies can come in that space. And there's a lot of confusion, there's an awakening of consciousness, and we have a lot of things to heal as humanity. There's a lot of perversion, and things can get messy. So it's not per se about certain yogic positions from yoga that are invoking a deity. It's about energies that have perpetrated traditions, goddesses, gods, deities. So when calling in the light of Jesus, which is an event that happened to humanity in this world, where love won, where the light conquered, because Jesus resurrected amidst such a genocide of his spirit by the crucifixion. When we call his name, that holds power. Now, I'm not talking about Mary Magdalene, his grandmother, Mother Mary. I'm just talking about the act, what signified, and the symbolism behind it. Why, when we invoke his name, when we invoke Jesus Christ, Christ consciousness or Christ, we come back to the truth of what we are here to do and to complete. So from this Christ space, for us to devote ourselves to that love that won, is to cut through the bullshit, pardon my language, is to cut through all of the mazes and distractions and dark forces. So from this space, if you feel called to still calling astrology and to still use another practice, then it's a different story. And that's my invitation, and that's why I'm utilizing this medium, these videos, to speak about that, because it is a calling. And with this beautiful friend that I was speaking, that we talk about the New Earth book, we were also saying the astrology videos. Wouldn't it be amazing if the astrologer tells you, hey, listen, it can be a lot to consume astrology because it's never ending. Come as you need. Maybe some astrologers are already saying this, but I think more of this needs to be said, because yes, as consumers, it's our responsibility, but there's also ignorance. And if we don't talk about it, nobody is gonna know about it, and then we can get into avenues that are not clean energetically, and then we can get lost. So if wouldn't it be beautiful that an astrologer can tell you, hey, this can be a lot of content, come as you need, consume as you need, this is my calling, so I won't stop talking about astrology. But you, that is not your calling and it's just reference, validation, support for your spirit, come as you need and go. Come and go. Don't stay here. Look for your truth. And this is just awakening your mind, your consciousness. Now, go inside and have a somatic experience, and then guide yourself towards that. Okay. Finally, but not least important, something very interesting is that no matter whether you believe in Jesus Christ or not, when we come into YouTube, and TikTok, we're gonna find a lot of psychic videos and prophetic words. Some of these words are based on Jesus Christ, and others are just tarot readings and all in between. I think there's a power on the Jesus ones, on the Christ ones, but there's also the line that even though you're consuming that, and you let go of the Christian terminology, there's genuinely beauty in them. It can be a lot as well, because you're reaching outside. And there's nothing like receiving visions, confirmations, and guidance from within. So we have the prophetic words based on Christ. Now we have the tarot ones, astrology ones. We have the just psychic readings that people give channel message. There's also beauty in those. And there's also some that are not resonating, and the root of the word and the message cannot be as pure. But to be honest, if you're rooted in Christ, in God, and if you're watching, you feel called to watch a psychic word, even though it's not based on Jesus Christ, it can be as beneficial. Yet you see so many psychic readings online nowadays, and then the quantity is equal to the ones based on prophetic words, because they are Christ inspired. So you see, like, there's an overload of consciousness, of messages, and then it's our It's our responsibility as an active exercising our free will and to nourish our sovereignty to question. And that's why I'm creating these videos, because I feel like nobody's talking about it. So, I know I went a bit everywhere, but the message remains. And the message was, I think, woven through the entirety of this video. May it be of your service. I see you on the next video and on the short videos with stories and all in between. Mwah.